Once upon a time, there was a little boy named John. He was born to a scheming, vagabond, bigamist of a father, William, and a highly religious, thrifty mother, Eliza. John was the second oldest of 6 siblings. From the beginning, John's father and mother trained him to be a real man in the business world, claiming that
I want to make him shop.
He always made sure John was working. As a boy, John was always working. He did his chores around the house, but also raised turkeys, sold potatoes, and even loaned some money to his neighbors. In school at Central High in Cleveland, young John was a fine and serious student who was skilled with numbers.
Hey kid, come here. See this dollar bill I have?
So?
You know, it was signed by the Secretary of the Treasury.
Oh, gee whiz.
You know, I'll give it to you for only $20. You know, normally I wouldn't part with such a valuable item for such a low price, but hey, you're a good kid.
Mommy, look what I got!
Sucker.
In 1863, he helped found an oil refinery with just a few partners. Although his business was new, John knew from the start how to make it bud into success. His method was to invest every dollar he made back into his operation. John Rockefeller continued his effective practices of reinvesting revenue, and eventually the company was able to build a successful Cleveland refinery. But his youth, characterized by diligence and ambition, was the basis of his eventual supremacy in the tremendously lucrative oil industry.
Seeking to enter the business world, Rockefeller decided that refining oil, rather than drilling for it, would be the steadier market. In 1870, he founded what would become the most feared company in the world, Standard Oil. The American economy, however, proved to destabilize the oil refining business more than Rockefeller had anticipated. The rapid and unregulated expansion of railroads and oil drilling would keep the market erratic and wasteful.
It's life or death out there.
What do you mean, John?
This industry, it's riddled with incompetence. It's gonna drive this country to ruin someday.
Oh, come on, we're doing fine. We made more profit this year than we had anticipated.
But don't you see? It's not just about this company, it's about the industry. The amount of waste I see each and every day. It just makes me sick.
Well, what do you want us to do? We're only one company.
One company. That's exactly why we can do something about it. Now see, I've been in talks with the Erie Rail Company, and they've invited us into a very special deal.
They've already offered us 50% rebates. What more could they want?
The South Improvement Company.
What?
It's an ingenious idea. See, the 3 major rail companies in the area are going to form a new company called the South Improvement Company, and with it, they'll regulate business, you know, ensure a steady stream of profit for each company. And for our participation, they've promised us a very large chunk of what the other companies are calling us. They're calling it a drawback. We can use that commercial strength to absorb and crush any competitor, and using that commercial advantage, we can bring order to this oil refining business that has gone to hell.
As a result of the South Improvement Cartel, Standard Oil's dominance over Cleveland's oil refining quickly grew. 4 months after the enactment of the scheme, 22 of Cleveland's 26 refiners came under the control of Rockefeller. Many submitted willingly, either buying into Rockefeller's ideology or simply finding themselves between a rock and a hard place.
Please, sir, come in.
Thank you, Mr. Rockefeller. Just want to let you know that I appreciate you treating me so kindly.
Yes, well, buying your company is only doing what God has put me on this earth to do.
Well, all these company shares you've given me in compensation has been very beneficial, very generous, very decent of you.
Yes, well, I'm only saving this wrecked industry. I'm not hurting my fellow man. And I can assure you, sir, that I'll continue to employ the same workers, same managers. I'd hate to do something that might corrupt your plant's morale or efficiency.
Oh, well, thank you very kindly, sir.
Have a nice day.
Some of the other oilmen did not go quietly, and it was much more than those rebates that Rockefeller had to fight them with. Rockefeller had established a large intelligence network of spies and codenames and words. Rockefeller himself was codenamed Chowder. In the end, no one could stand in the way of his conquest, what was later called the Cleveland Massacre.
Mr. Rockefeller, this aggression will not stand.
No, sir. It's not aggression. It's mercy.
You can build your company as big as you like, Mr. Rockefeller, but to force your neighbor to sell out like that, that's against the moral fabric of this country.
Don't you see? It's for the good of this country that I work, to establish economic unity, and through that unity, stability and prosperity. One way or another, your refinery will be under Standard's fist.
Down here.
Yes, you'll be done sooner than you think.
To crush those who resisted, Rockefeller employed a wide range of techniques and stratagems. Standard's industrial enormity gave it tremendous leverage over the railroad and drilling companies to have them fix rates to Rockefeller's liking. Rockefeller also used Standard Oil's industrial might to simply buy up all of a certain refining resource on the market, for instance, purchasing all available sodium hydroxide, a chemical required for the distillation of kerosene. Standard Oil's sheer size gave it control over markets, resources, transportation, and competitors.
The Yankees boast that they make clocks which just beat all creation. They never made one could keep time with our great speculation. Our stocks like clocks go with the spring, wind up, run down again. But all our strikes are sure to cause oil on the brain.
Close your eyes. I'm recording.
Believe me, I swear to you, this is the greatest potato ever. I promise that if you eat this, you will love it. And not only will you love it, you will love me. Look at this delicious turkey. It's delicious. They've got white meat, dark meat, yellow meat, red meat if you want it. The eyes are delicious. I know they look like X's, but I've heard they're delicious. The beak is lucky. Hang it over your door.